Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Haphazard Book Nook, and today I'm going to do my TBR for October. For October, my TBR is going to consist mainly of horror and thriller books, which probably isn't surprising to anybody since it is going to be like the spooky month. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the two books that have actually been on my TBR the last couple months that are still in the TBR because I have not finished them. The first one is God of Wrath. I know, Steph and I still haven't read it yet, or at least I haven't read it yet. I hope to get it done by the end of this month, but I really highly doubt it, so this is going to be at the top of the list for next month. And then after that is still my arc for the Sotiras. Again, I know I should have this done by now, but I don't, so I need to get that one done. So those are the two romance books that I have on my list, so I'm hoping to knock those out at the beginning of the month since everybody's going to be reading the spookier things towards the end of the month, so I can join in with all of that. So for October, I'm going to be participating in Trick or Treat-a-thon. It's a Discord based readathon. I'm not going to be like doing it too seriously. I'm just going to be reading and logging like the books that I get done and hoping that I get bingo. I'm not going to like be too hard on myself if I don't get bingo. So a lot of these books are going to be able to fit those prompts, but they also fit the year-long horror bingo board that I shared like a week or two ago. And that's what a lot of these are going to be coming from, but they're also horror books that I've wanted to read for a while. So the first one is going to be Small Horrors by Darcy Coates. This is the anthology where it needed to be over 13, I think, short stories. This one has 50, so these are really short, like 2 or 3 page short stories, so I should be able to get through quite a few of these every day. And if I figure if I at least read one short story a week by October of next year, I should have the whole thing done anyway, so you know, that works. The next book that is on my list is A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. I still haven't read this. I've heard a lot of good things about this book, but I still haven't read it. This is a special edition. It has the sprayed edges and it has cool end papers and things, but I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. Vampires are something that I generally really like. Like, I loved Twilight when I was younger. I still like Twilight, even though that's not a very popular thing to say, but you know, it is what it is. So I'm excited to give this a try and see how it goes. The next book is Clown in a Cornfield by Adam Cesar. So this one, a lot of these, I feel like people know what they're about already. They're a lot of like backlist books. So this one, Clown in a Cornfield, it's about a clown in a cornfield. Not super, you know, different from what the title is. So I have this one, I have the physical copy of the second one, and then I have an ebook of the third one, so who knows, maybe I'll get to all 3 of them. We'll see how much I like the first one. Along those lines, a book that I don't have a hard copy to, I only have the e-copy of, is Tastes Like Candy 2. I really like Taste Like Candy 1, so I'm excited to see how part 2 is, so that's on my list, but I don't have a physical copy of it. The next book that I have is You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight by Kaylin Byron. This is a book where it's set in like a summer camp. So really, this might have been better like a month ago, but I'm still excited to see how it goes. It's still a spooky book, so I'm still excited to get to it. The end pages for this one are really pretty and things, so I'm still excited to get to it. It's still a spooky book. It's still, you know, where I live down in the south is still pretty warm, so it works. So the next 3 are actually pretty recent releases. So the first one is going to be Incidents Around the House by Josh Mallerman. The only other book that I have tried reading by him was Unburied Carol, and I did not like it, and I ended up giving that copy to my mom. So I'm really hoping that I like this one better. It sounds like I'll like it better. I'm really interested to see how like the child, like creepy children sort of things work. So people who don't know, this is about a child who starts seeing a almost like an imaginary friend called Other Mommy, and she keeps asking to like be let into the child's heart or something. And so I think it might be like a creepy child, maybe possession stories. So I will be interested to see how this one goes for me. All right, and then the next book that I have is How to Make a Horror Movie and Survive by Craig DeLuey. This one, I really want to read a lot of his books, so I'm interested to see how I like his writing when I read this book and see how it goes and see if I like it. So this one is like a possessed camera sort of story where like I think where he finds a camera that was part of like an actual like real life Hollywood horror or something like that, and he's trying to film a horror movie. I honestly don't know, but I'm just excited by the horror movie aspect. I also want to read Horror Movie by Paul Tremblay, but I'm not the biggest Paul Tremblay fan, so I might try to get to that one too when I read this one, just to see how the different like horror movie books like stand up against each other. There's another one that I have by Christina Henry that is something along the lines of The House That Horror Built or something like that, that I would also be interested in reading, but that one's not actually on my TBR. That one is just another one that seems similar to these two. So we'll see how it goes. I'm super excited to get to this one and see about like the haunted film camera. All right, and then my next book that I have on my list is Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. This is, I believe, his newest book. I have loved all the Riley Sager books that I have read. I've read the majority of the books that he's put out, and I've liked, I think, every single one that I've read. So I'm super excited to get to this one and see if I like this one as well. This is about a little boy who was camping in the backyard with his friend or something, and his friend disappeared in the middle of the night. So I really want to see how this one goes, because I used to camp in our backyard when I was younger. So like, I just want to see how it's handled and where like that creepiness comes in, and see how it goes. All right, and then the last actually two books, I don't have the second book physically. I have an e-copy, and then I have the physical book coming to me, but it is going to be our book club pick for this month, and it is going to be, well, this is the first book, The Butcher and the Wren by Elena Urquhart, and then we're also reading The Butcher Game, and The Butcher Game is actually the book that is for our book club. It's the second book in the series, or the duology, or I don't know how many books there are going to be in this series, but I'm excited to get to it. I remember liking this one a lot when I read it, so I'm excited to see if I still really like it, and then reading the second book and see like how it picks up where this one took off, because I feel like this one came out quite a while ago, or at least maybe I read it when it first came out, and it just feels like it's been a long time. But I'm really excited to see if I like the second one as much. We are going, Steph and I, because it's our book club, the Love and Horror Book Club, we're going to be joined by Kristen from the Neverending TBR and Kristen's Corner. So she's going to be reading them. She did not like the first one, but she still agreed to read the second one with us. So with her not liking the first one, it's going to be really interesting to see how it goes reading the second one. So I don't know. Hopefully we like this book. As always, our live show is going to be the last Sunday of the month, so you can go ahead and join us if you want to, or you can always go back and look at past books that we've read. But I'm super excited for the two of us to get to read this one, and I'm super excited to see what Kristen's reaction is going to be, since she didn't like the first book. All right, so those are the 12/13, if you count horror movie, books that are on my TBR for the month of October. So it's a pretty fitting number. I'm super excited to read these and see what I think of them. Have you read any of them? And maybe knowing what kind of things I like, do you think there's going to be some I won't like? Do you think there's some that I will like and I should prioritize? Just let me know down below. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you'd like to, and have a good rest of your day. Bye.